Now this is where everything starts to go pear-shaped, because after having such a good morning, I didn't even know how low my energy levels were until I started doing my first working set. I was already in a bad mood because I normally warm up on the assisted pull-up machine, but the platform was stuck and I couldn't work out how to unstick it. So I went and warmed up on this machine instead. And this is actually my second working set. After warming up, when I started working, I got this pounding headache in my right temple. And it was not like, I can handle pain, right? But this was like stabbing pain. So I'm just trying to give it everything, and I'm just starting to realize now that this is just, this is not happening tonight. Did my whole warm up, started my first working set, and then I got this pounding headache right here, my right temple. So after driving all this way, doing that, I cancelled my workout and I'm actually going to go home. Because here's the truth. When you're going through stressful things, it's so good to have something for yourself that is like your escape, which for me is obviously going to the gym. My competing and stuff like that, I feel like it's a healthy outlet. So when I have stressful stuff happen, I get more consistent with my training and my nutrition, because it's the thing that keeps my mind occupied, so I can deal with other things that are going on. Because the training is the thing that keeps my mind occupied when I've got things just fucking stressing me out. I'm not crying because I can't work out. I'm crying because I can't do the thing that keeps my mind off all the other things. There's a lot of stuff I haven't talked about in these videos because it's got nothing to do with competing. And that's what people are here for, to learn about building muscle. The issue is, when you're a whole person, there are other parts of your life that play a big role in whether or not you get a good result from what you're doing. And for the last 5 years, I've been dealing with something else. Something that's been very, very stressful. And I'm nearly at the end of it. I think I've mentioned it in a previous video a long time ago. It's got a lot to do with buying an asset and then finding out I had defects and going through the defect repair process, which has taken nearly 5 years. And it will be finished. Eventually it will be finished. But it's 5 years of that never-ending anxiety of, when will this be fixed? When will this be finished? And I think what I've gotten better at over the past 5 years is parking those feelings and just having to accept and be at peace with the fact that I can't make that process happen any faster. So not letting the rest of my life fall apart because of this one thing that's stressing me out. So I've always used my training and my comps and even my business as things that, as long as I keep that stuff together and keep working, it's going to keep me focused. So this other thing can just eventually fix itself and go away. And then I'll have the energy that I pretend to have for the other parts of my life. But every now and then I have days where it just fucking gets the better of me, and today is one of them. I don't know, I just can't. And I think it's because the last 3 weeks I've been so anxious about my dog. He's just had surgery. And it was just one too many things to stress about. Someone asked me today, what's a standard expectation for when you get stronger in terms of lifting weights? Well, it always comes back to your mindset. Do you believe you can do something? Are you mentally strong enough to do it? Do you have the mental energy to do it as well as the physical energy? And if not, what's draining your mental energy? Because if you focus on that, your physical energy will be a lot higher. But here I am giving that advice, but I can't take it myself at the moment. And I'm so tired. Mentally and physically, I'm so tired. But what do you do when the thing you're tired of, you can't just decide to not do it anymore? This process, I just can't make it happen any faster. I don't know what the point of this video is. But it's moments like this. All you can do is think about what you're grateful for. And right now, this sunset, I'm very grateful for that. And that is the roller coaster of emotions when you're a competitor. As you get closer, the roller coaster just gets worse. I definitely needed those few days off. And it probably sounds scary being 9 weeks out from a show and deciding to just bin it all off for a few days. That really is how I was feeling. And I could feel something was going to snap. I'm glad that I did, because that was Saturday night. The next day, which was the Sunday, I was due to run a quarterly workshop with a whole lot of my clients. And when you do something like that, you have to be on the ball. You have to be energetic. You have to be motivating. You have to be welcoming. So I remember thinking that night, I gotta pull my shit together. So I had to make the decision to take some time off, because having less stress and fear in my head meant that I was able to relax on the Sunday and deliver a great workshop. Everyone seemed to have a good time. So that's the nature of being self-employed as well. Sometimes you might be burnt out and tired or stressed, but there are always times when you just got to pull your shit together and just get on with it. And Sunday was one of them. So the last few days, didn't train, didn't pose, didn't stick to the diet. Had some very enjoyable off meals. Maybe I'll talk about it in the next video, 8 weeks out, because when I do that weekly video, you're going to see the damage. Well, if there is damage, because when I do my weekly video, you're going to see if I've gone backwards or not. I don't think I would have, because before that, I had been on track for like a month straight. No treat meals, no off meals, no nothing. So, I don't know. Sometimes when you're that mentally and physically burnt out, you just got to have a few days off. And I'm saying don't use it as an excuse to just go back to your old ways or your old habits. Sometimes I think you just need, I suppose it's like a deload. Every few months you take a deload from your training. Sometimes you need one earlier, depending on how hard you've been working, I guess. So that's how I actually felt. So I'm happy that I did take a few days off. I think I needed it. Even now, I am back on the training and the food and all that sort of thing, and I'll practice my posing tonight. And I know it's going to hurt, because when you've had a few days off, you lose your posing endurance pretty fast. It will get easier. Well, I suppose it doesn't get easier. You just get better at riding the wave. Yeah, that's it. You get better at riding the wave. So I just decided to pick up where I left off. And here I am starting back day all over again. The machine I want is working this time. The platform is not stuck. So I get to actually do the workout that I planned to do the other day. And I'm so happy because I can already tell, this is one of my first working sets, that my body feels so much better after those few days off. So I'm about to have an absolutely fucking awesome workout.